What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. What's Out Talks, an American talking about Manchester United. And we've got a sort of update on Mbuemo and how things stand and what my thoughts are on when that deal is actually going to get done, if done at all. An update on Garnacho and what his expectations are, and a quick little hitter on Marcus Rashford that we pretty much already knew ahead of this quick little hitter, but we're going to talk about that and more in this one. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We are now on the road to 250 subscribers, and again, thank you so much for the love and support. Let's continue to grow this community. But the first little bit of this, I always like starting off with a funny or good one. It's been 41 days since the first bid for Mbuemo. Since then, there has been one more bid and still no agreement, and when you look at that, gives you the hours, the minutes, and the seconds, and he is still not a part of this club. And with that being said, let us go to his news, and this is the quick hitter from Fabrizio. He goes into more of it in like a video update if you want to check that out. There's some in the YouTube video right there, but basically this tweet sums it up. Manchester United remain in active talks for Mbuemo also this weekend, hopefully to get green light by the end of next week. The player maintains his word. He wants to join Manchester United, not entertaining talks with other clubs. In the video, he also goes in talking about how they're trying to sweeten the deal and make sure they get the right deal for Brentford, aka United, sending the right package over so that they can get this deal over the line. And it's disappointing. That's really what it is, coming from Manchester United, that they're just dragging this on. It might be one of the worst, and United have had some pretty bad, long, dragged out transfer processes. The one of the other big ones that I can remember is Harry Maguire, and they ended up paying the full amount for him. What was it, like 80 million at the time, signing him from Leicester. But this one, man, I feel like just dragging out. And again, 41 days, that's a long time for a transfer to be dragged out, given the fact that Brentford are in a tough spot because Mbuemo Wessa is apparently up for transfer and wants a move as well. So it's going to be interesting if United can get this done. My thought is, and I know Goldbridge and a few other people are probably making the same push on this, and this report from Fabrizio, who is one of the top dogs in transfers in the world, is by the end of next week. I honestly think, and I agree with a lot of people out there, that I believe it is going to be Wednesday. I think the deal gets done on Wednesday, the same day the new away kit drops. Man U third kit drop. I think it's Wednesday. I want to say it's Wednesday because it's not like officially out. But yes, I think it is indeed Wednesday. The new kit comes out. I've heard a lot of people say that. And with the new kit dropping on Wednesday, I bet you we have a here we go from Fabrizio on Wednesday as well. I bet it's going to be 65 plus add-ons for Mbuemo to join Manchester United, and that's a shame. We should have just given them 60 up front 41 days ago in installments. I don't think that United are in a position to pay 60 million up front without having sold players like the Rashfords, the Garnachos, the whomever else you want to add in to that, Anthony's, so on and so forth. But Mbuemo, apparently the deal is still going to get done. This deal is still on the table. By the end of the week, we'll hopefully get the green light. There's a lot of hopefuls, and by the end of this week, it's been 41 days, man. This thing is dragging on. United look like a bunch of fools. At least, the least they could do for the fan base is just get the deal done so that we at least don't miss out on a top quality player, so that we can at least get Cunha and Mbuemo in. If we don't get a striker, at this point, I honestly don't think they're going to get one. And I heard some news and watched some Mark Goldbridge that there's potential talks of Nicholas Jackson coming to Manchester United. That would be an absolute travesty and a joke, and another classic example of Chelsea getting rid of their trash for probably 60 plus million. That would be terrible. But moving on, we've got some Garnacho updates as well. Garnacho has rejected, and this is from Mike McGrath, who's pretty solid. Garnacho has rejected the opportunity to join Al Nassr, which is Cristiano Ronaldo's team in the Saudi League. The Saudi side had initial discussions, but Garnacho wants to prioritize staying in Europe. United have allowed him to look at moves. I was about to say all moves. From Fabrizio, then, Garnacho plan remains clear. He wants to continue in the Premier League this summer. So, pretty interesting there that Garnacho, I mean, I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to go to Saudi at his age. He's still quite young. He's still a potential star talent. It's just, it hasn't worked out at United, and that seems to be the way things are going for wide players at the moment. For United, you've got Rashford, you've got Garnacho added to the list, you've got Sancho added on that list, you've got Antony added to that list. The wide players just have not been great at United and being developed and being cared for. I mean, you could say maybe Rashford at the beginning of his career when he was having more success, but now, I mean, it's piss poor. It's awful. So I understand he wants to stay in Europe, but then Fabrizio saying he wants to stay in the Premier League, that's going to be tough. It's going to depend on who in the Premier League actually wants him. He plays the left side, so you can rule Newcastle out. I know there have been talks of Arsenal potentially wanting to go after Rodrigo. I know he plays the right side, but then you have Martinelli on the left, and they're also getting Madueke in. So that kind of puts Garnacho in between a rock and a hard place there. Liverpool definitely out. Man City definitely out. Chelsea definitely out. So who does that leave for Garnacho, realistically speaking, in the Premier League? Is it Villa? Is it Brighton? Is it who's another team that I can think of? I mean, Newcastle, they have Gordon and Barnes on the left, so they don't need a left wing, left midfield type player. So his options, I would say, are pretty limited in the Premier League. Fulham, maybe, I don't know, could swoop in, but I don't think they're going to be willing to pay anywhere 40 million plus, which I'm assuming is what United want to get for him. So it's going to be really interesting to see if any Premier League sides, other than the big guns, and I don't think Tottenham are going to be informed. They just got in Kudus from West Ham. Maybe West Ham could try to shoot for Garnacho. I don't know how much of a fit that would be for him specifically, and if he could play the right side, because Kudus played the right side. So we'll have to wait and see. I don't know in terms of Europe then if Napoli are still interested, or if any other Italian sides are interested, or French sides, or German sides, or Spanish sides. I haven't really heard too much for Garnacho, so it's going to be really interesting to see what they can do, and for him personally, who in the Premier League, I didn't mean to do that, who in the Premier League, EPL, let's just search that up, search the standings. This is last year, but we could still look at teams. Would Nottingham Forest go after him? I don't think they'd be able to pay the price tag. Crystal Palace, they still have Eze, and I don't know if he's going to be sticking around. Everton, I don't think they're going to go in for him. So Bournemouth, I don't think he would want to go to Bournemouth. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with Garnacho. This quick little hitter here from Mike McGrath as well. Manchester United will look to negotiate salary recovery, whatever the hell that means, from loan deals for their players, although intermediaries believe their bargaining power has been undermined by clearly wanting players off their books. This is one of the dumbest things. I mean, the reporting of it, not dumb, but this is one of the dumbest things, one of the dumbest strategies I've seen, and could potentially mean that they are willing to not sell players and just loan them out. And let's split 60-40, 70-30, whatever it might be, just to get enough of their salary off the books to recuperate some of that salary. That is just idiotic. And they've done it to themselves. They've dug themselves this grave giving it the power to the players. Player FC, like Mark Goldbridge says. It's pathetic, and it's not going to change, unfortunately, in the foreseeable future until there's new ownership. But we know that that's not going to happen with the revitalization project potentially going to be getting underway, and the new stadium, so on and so forth, and hosting the Women's World Cup, blah, 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 blah. It's not going away anytime soon, so we're going to have to deal with it, unfortunately. And then finally, one last little bit of news coming from Sky Sports this morning is Barcelona are working hard behind the scenes on a deal for Marcus Rashford. United are expecting an approach. I mean, we've had plenty of talk over the past couple days that Barcelona are looking to go in on Marcus Rashford because everything else has kind of fallen by the wayside. And in almost similar fashion to United, they waited too long on Nico Williams. They fumbled the ball on Luis Diaz, so now they're left with scraps, and scraps is Marcus Rashford. So I don't know if they're going to go in for a purchase, whether that's 15, 20, 25 million, or if they're going to approach United for a loan deal for Rashford. We'll have to wait and see, but that's just a quick little hitter update on Rashford. Nothing else too crazy. Onana, though, is still expected to go on the preseason tour and have treatment in the U.S. So at least he'll be around the team. Good for him. We'll have to wait in the coming days for more updates on the goalkeeper position. But let me know your guys' thoughts on everything. And Mbuemo, Garnacho, this salary recovery effort that United are going to be trying to do or going to be doing with some players. What's that going to look like? How's that going to affect the team? How does that make you feel? Let me know in the comments, but that is going to be it. Be sure to drop a like on this video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. But again, that's it for this one, and we will catch up with you in the next video.